Jets Ward.
Jets. What is going on, Jet fans? And welcome back to another episode of the Jets Ward. I am your host, Ryan Ward, and I'm so excited to be back with you guys. I was away in North Carolina for the week, and man, so many different things happened. I hope you guys have been well. I'm glad to be back with you guys. Training camp has officially ended. The Jets finished off their training camp and preseason games against the Eagles where they lost, but this is where the toughest part of the offseason comes. 53-man roster. All these teams need to break their roster down to 53 players and then have players on a practice squad. I've come out and already made my first guess at what the 53-man projected practice squad would look like for the New York Jets. But since after the Eagles game, I've had a lot to think about. Derek Nottie has been officially traded back to the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that was a good deal for him. He was going to get cut here anyways, but I'm happy he goes back to a team where he played his whole career with. So that's one person we don't have to worry about. The Jets traded for two more defensive tackles anyway. Harrison Phillips from the Minnesota Vikings, who is a stud at defensive tackle, placing him right next to Quinn, and I think he's going to do very well. And Juwan Briggs, a pick last year from the Cleveland Browns, that he's good in the run game. I'm excited to see what he can do. Young player. I think he fits this style of defense. But again, I think there's still some more moves to come. The New York Jets are active in the wide receiver market, apparently. So could a trade happen there? There have been rumors that Alec Pierce they've been interested in from the Indianapolis Colts. Alan Lazard is still hurt, but could he be on the move at some point? And there was rumors today about one of their backup offensive lineman, Carter Warren, possibly being traded as well. But I am going to take a crack at the first 53-man, or the final reaction or prediction for the Jets' 53-man roster. Now, there are going to be some shocking moves. Some moves are going to be pretty clear. But these are my opinions. I'd hope to hear what you guys have to say after. And there's a lot of players. This is just based on the players that we have on our team now. Who knows? The Jets could go after Dorian Thompson-Robinson, who was just released from the Eagles as a quarterback. Kyle McCord might get cut from the Eagles as well. Could they go after him as a backup quarterback option? Shiloh Sanders, we need safety help. Could we go after him? He was released by the Buccaneers. Kyle Duggar, there's a rumor that he's going to get traded out of New England. There's a lot of moves that still could be made. But for right now, this is my projection of what it's going to look like when we get to opening day of the NFL. First game against the Steelers. To start off, we got to start off with the quarterbacks. I think the Jets are going to carry two of them. Justin Fields obviously is our starting quarterback. And Aaron Glenn is confident that Tyrod Taylor will be ready to go for week one, just in case we needed him. So the Jets are going to carry two quarterbacks. I almost put Brady Cook on the list because he showed a lot of growth during this training camp and offseason. And as we know, Adrian Martinez was released today. So Brady Cook just misses the mark. I think the Jets carry two quarterbacks, Justin Fields and Tyrod Taylor. Going into the next part, the running backs. I got four still. I got Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, Isaiah Davis, and Kene Nwanu. Now, Nwanu is going to be more of the special teams kick returner, punt returner guy. I wanted to have Donovan Edwards on here, but I just think he doesn't make the mark because of special teams. And I'm worried that he's going to get snatched up if we try to put him on practice squad. I know he's going to get snatched up if we put him on practice squad, but it's a bummer. I just think he misses the cut for this 53-man roster. But here are our running backs on the team. I think we have carried four of them. Going into the next part, Andrew Beck, I think the Jets keep him. He's done so good during this training camp and during these preseason games. I think you have to keep him. He was one of Darren Muji's first picks of the offseason, or first signings of the offseason. So I think he showed so much this offseason. I think you keep him. You can put him as fullback / tight end. So I really think the Jets are going to keep him. I like Andrew Beck on this team making the roster. Next, we get into the wide receivers. I think the Jets carry 7 of them. Garrett Wilson, Josh Reynolds, Tyler Johnson. I think we get Brandon Smith. I think he's done enough to be on this team. Arian Smith, obviously. Jamal Pritchett has been a monster wide receiver and as a punt returner as well. So I think we keep him. And Quentin Skinner, the guy just has shown flashes and has shown that he's out of the bunch. Other than Garrett Wilson, during this preseason, he's looked like the best in these games. So Quentin Skinner, I think, has done enough to make this team, especially since I think Alan Lazard is going to be placed on the IR to start the season. Going into the next part, we get the tight ends. I think we're carrying two. I have Andrew Beck as a tight end too as well. He's our fullback / tight end. So I think we technically carry three, but Mason Taylor is definitely making it, and Stone Smart. Kuntz was cut, but even he looked better than Jeremy Rucker at times during this offseason and during these preseason games. Jeremy Rucker, I think, either gets traded away or he gets cut. I just don't think he's done enough to be able to stay on this team. I think that's going to be a shocking cut that Jets fans are going to come to see in the next coming days. But right now, I have Mason Taylor, Stone Smart, and you can put Andrew Beck here as well as the tight ends for the New York Jets. Going into the offensive tackles, I got four. I got Olu Fashanu, Armand Membu, obviously. I got Chukwuma Okorafor as another swing tackle, and I got Carter Warren. I know there are rumors about him possibly getting traded, but I think he's done enough to be able to stay on this team. If we can't trade him, I don't think he's going to get cut. I think we need to keep another tackle, and out of the backups, other than Okorafor, I think he was better than Max Mitchell. I'd rather have him over Mitchell on this team. I don't think Mitchell makes this team at all, even though you could put him in as a guard. Honestly, I think Warren as another tackle is just the better option for the New York Jets at this point. Interior offensive lineman. I have AVT, John Simpson, and Xavier Newman. Xavier Newman has shown so much this offseason, and I'm honestly really happy that I think we're going to keep him. These are our guards that I think we're going to have. And then moving into our centers, I got Joe Tippmann and Josh Myers. I only have two centers and three guards because if something were to happen to AVT or John Simpson, Tippmann can move over to guard and Myers can take over as center. I think that's serviceable for right now. I think that would work. But those are the offensive linemen I have on this team at this point. Continuing on, getting over to the defensive side, I have 5 defensive tackles that I think the Jets are going to be keeping. Quinnen Williams, obviously. Harrison Phillips is going to be our number 2 defensive tackle. I think he's awesome. I think this is going to be a perfect fit right next to Quinnen Williams. Juwan Briggs, we traded for from the Cleveland Browns, I think is a great utility person as well. Can come in and stop the run as well. We got Leonard Taylor III. I really still like the upside for this kid. I understand he hasn't shown the most flashes this offseason, but I still think there's a ton of upside for him, and I really think he makes this team. And then lastly, Jay Tufele. I think he makes this team as well. He showed a lot of flashes. The Jets defensive staff seems to really like him. And Coward is really hurt. I think he starts off the year on the IR as well, and we'll see what goes there from there. But right now I have 5 defensive tackles right now. Byron Coward I would have here as on this team, but he starts out the year on the short-term IR in my opinion. Continuing on, we get to the edge rushers. I got 5 as well. I got Will McDonald. I got Jermaine Johnson. I got Eric Watts, Tyler Barron, and Braden McGregor. Michael Clemens I don't think makes this team. Eric Watts, I know a lot of people are down on him right now, but I think he's still got a ton of upside and can show a lot of flashes as an edge rusher. Tyler Barron was our last pick in the draft this year, so I don't think we're just going to let him go. He hasn't shown much, but I think there's a good upside balancing him back and forth from the outside to the inside on the defensive line. And Braden McGregor in our last preseason game against the Eagles showed a ton of promise, and I think he saved his job and stays on this team. And overall, I think Michael Clemens either, again, gets traded or gets cut from this team, so he does not make this team. Continuing on, we get to the linebackers again. I think we have 5 of them. Jamian Sherwood, Quincy Williams, Francisco Mauigoa, Jamarcus Weston, I think for his special teams ability, and Marcelino McCrary-Ball, I think makes this team. I was going to have Jamin Davis on here, but he was a shocking cut today, which I could not believe. I thought he was doing pretty well, and that was a big shocking cut that the Jets made with Jamin Davis. So that, I think, opened the doors for Jamarcus Weston for his special teams ability, and for McCrary Ball to be able to stay on this team as well. And I think our starting 3 linebackers are going to be Jamie and Sherwood, obviously, Quincy Williams, and Francisco Mauigoa. I think has earned a spot as a starting linebacker on this team as well. So those are our 5 linebackers I think we hold. Then getting into the next part, I think we carry 6 cornerbacks. I got Sauce Gardner, Brandon Stevens, Michael Carter II, A.Z. Thomas, Quantez Stiggers, and Jordan Clark, I think, has done enough as another slot cornerback. If something were to happen to Michael Carter, I think Jordan Clark makes this team. I think he's done enough. A.Z. Thomas, I know he was hurt during the offseason, hasn't shown too much, but we drafted him pretty high. He ain't going anywhere. Quantez Stiggers showed a lot this offseason, so I think these are our six cornerbacks that we are going to have on our final roster for day 1. Continuing on, we get into our safeties. I got 4 of them. I got Andre Sisco, Malachi Moore, who showed a lot in the Eagles game, Tony Adams, and Isaiah Oliver, who you could put as a cornerback as well. He's got a lot of versatility. These are the guys I think are our 4 safeties going into the year. And then we get into our special teams. Kicker, Nick Folk. I definitely think he's won the number 1 kicking job. I think he's done awesome. Been one of the better kickers in the league. Austin McNamara has done a great job as our punter this offseason and in these preseason games. I like the promise that this kid has. And obviously, our long snapper, Thomas Hennessy, makes this team as well. That rounds out our 53-man roster. Going into the next part, the short-term IR, Byron Cowart and Alan Lazard start off the year there. When they come back, we'll have to do some maneuvering around. But when they come back, I think the Jets are going to be happy with their return. Either Alan Lazard could get traded as well, which I think is a high possibility. But Byron Cowart has been showing a ton during this offseason. It was looking like our number 2 defensive tackle before he went down with injuries. And lastly, what I think our practice squad is going to look like. I think Brady Cook makes the practice squad. Leander Vigan makes the practice squad. Cole Laval, Peyton Page, Dean Clark, Boog Smith, Donovan Edwards, Jarius Monroe, and Harrison Mavis round out the practice squad. I think we're going to sign a couple of more players because you're going to have 16 players on your practice squad. But for right now, the biggest worry is I think Donovan Edwards has a great chance of getting picked up. I think Jarius Monroe has a great chance of getting picked up. Peyton Page as well. And maybe Brady Cook. He showed a good amount. But I think these guys are going to be the ones who get signed to the practice squad. And guys, that is all I have. Honestly, it was so much fun making this video. I love seeing all these players. It sucks to see these guys getting cut. It's really downer, especially if they're young rookies or undrafted free agents that got signed and just didn't make the team. Really feel bad for a player like Fatorma Mulba, who I was really, really high for. I thought he was going to do much better. He showed some promise in the last preseason game, but not enough to make the team. Hopefully he can get snatched up on our practice squad, but for right now, those were the priority practice squad players. And that's what my 53-man roster comes out to be. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And again, make sure when you come in, like and subscribe to the channel. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell for any notifications of when I post any videos. Thank you guys so much for your support. I really do appreciate you guys and love you guys. And again, let me know what you think down in the comments. And Jets, Jets, Ward, thank you so much for joining me here. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.